Hey YouTube, so let's do some unprotected lefts. For those of you that don't know what they are, you can watch some of my older videos, but I've done this 1,000 times I think now. So here we are, turn number 1, version 10.11. All right, a little bit of creeping behavior here. It's creeping, it needs to stop there. Stop, there we go, that's a nice spot, it needs to stop. Now there's a tiny gap it can't go for, but I don't think it's gonna go for it because of the traffic coming from the right. And I was correct, so it didn't go for that. There's a little gap here, but it's still busy from the right. Still busy from the right. I can hear the brake kind of popping every time it thinks it wants to go, but it's not gonna go here. Now here's a big gap, and it needs to go to the median right now, but it's waiting for traffic from the right. Okay, it needs to stop. Yeah, there's a lot of traffic coming from the left now. So that was actually pretty good so far, only because it's definitely not using median logic. It's got to have it clear from the left and the right, and I was trying to pan with my finger while I was looking both directions. A lot of traffic coming both directions, so it's just going to sit here. I'm not watching the trajectory much or seeing what the median's being mapped, but it looks like there's a little bit of a median being mapped there. A little bit of a gap that it wanted to go, but there's traffic from the right. Oh man, this is varsity. It's like 3:30 on a Thursday afternoon. Maybe a little bit of rush hour traffic starting to build up. There's nobody behind me, so I don't have to try to squeeze it into the median yet. All right, so there's a gap coming from the right. So let's see if it can find a gap from the left where it'll go for it. There's one coming. It needs to be a little bit patient though. It's about another 15 seconds. And it's gonna be a nice big gap, I think. Oh, this is gonna work out great. I can tell. It's just gonna have to wait. Okay, this is the last car. All right, it should go now. Oh, look at that. It's okay, it paused right there. Bad on that pause. And then it went, let's see what lane it goes into, and into the left lane. It did it. It paused in that first lane, and I think it was looking to the right when it paused in that first lane. It shouldn't be pausing there. The gap was big enough that it wasn't a big deal, but I have a feeling that even if traffic was coming, it would have paused there just from its previous behavior. But I'm gonna give it a thumbs up just on the fact that it was patient and waited. Let's try it again. Okay, here we go again. So this time I've got a little bit of a truck here, like from a fence company that's stopped at the stop sign up here. Looks like it's got its bearings now. And there's a car on the opposing lane that's got priority here. It needs to give way to that. It does have it marked blue, which is good, which means I know it's looking at it, but it needs to creep and wait. Creep and wait right there. Ooh, went a little further than I would have. This car is moving. He has the right of way, so I can't go yet. It didn't even try to go. Okay, it started to nudge there. Now there's a little gap here from the left, and it would need to go to the median right now. Let's see what it does. It's waiting. There's another car that's gonna have to wait for. See this? Look at this. Okay, oh, don't go. Oh, look what, okay, let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow, it weaved. Interesting. Now it was really slow in the intersection there, but that car was turning left and it was going. I don't think I would have done that. I would have waited and let that car go just in case something happened, but it was measuring the merge, maybe, I guess you could call it. But it did 2 in a row. Gotta give credit where credit's due. The creeping's a little bit different. Went a little bit further than I would have, but obviously I gotta remember that the B-pillar camera's behind my head and it's gotta stick itself out there so it can see anything as compared to where my head is. So, hey, that's some improved behavior so far. That first one was varsity with the two-way traffic. That second one had 2 interactions with the right-of-way car on the other side. It creeped it a little bit quick for that other one though. All right, let's see what happens. Try it again. Okay, take 3. I'm seeing a lot more blue cars, I think, than previous builds here, okay? Stop and creep. All right, we got a lot of traffic both directions, so it just needs to get out here where it can wait. I'm gonna show you both the right and the left with the screen here. Yeah, it's got nowhere it can go. So as long as it sits here comfortably and doesn't ooch out too much further, I'm comfortable. I do have a truck behind me now, So I'm not going to be able to be like super patient here. I'm going to wait on a nice safe gap, but I might have to force it to go into the median. Okay, it's starting to creep out a little bit. Ooh, I've got a nice big gap on the right, but nothing on the left yet, so it's going to just have to wait. There's the gap on the right, you can see. Coming back to the left. All right, it popped the brake there, which, is it okay? Is it gonna go? It needs to go, it needs to go, it needs to go. Whoa, I let it go, but boy, I would have probably pressed the accelerator a little harder. It didn't stop though, my foot was right there on the accelerator. So all of you that think that I don't let this thing try its thing, you need to watch that clip about 100 times, because that was as close as I'm gonna ever let it go. That was, but it was steady, it wasn't pausing, so I let it go. Hey, that's 3 in a row. We'll try another one. And here we go again. FSDBeta 10.11. Stop and creep. Here we go, we're creeping. I'm leaning forward. I'm about 1.5 feet ahead. Oh my gosh, is it gonna, okay. All right, I had to stop that one. And I'm out. I'm gonna hit reverse here. So that was not what I wanted. It went too far out, and look, there's a car behind me, and I had to do the reverse there. It was anxious. It's gonna be interesting to see from the drone view whether or not I was in the road too much, but there were cars that were going around me in the lane just to give me a buffer. I don't know. It was too far out into the road for my comfort, and it went for it without a commit. All right, well, we kind of knew that was coming. We'll try another one. All right, here we go again. So far, only had one that jumped the gun too much for my comfort level. Slowly creep, slowly creep. Stop. Okay, we got to stop there. Good. It stopped. There's a little bit of a fast creep, but something you could gain confidence in if you knew it was just trying to get to a certain point. When I lean my head back to the B pillar, I've got a decent view, but I'm leaning pretty far forward to get a comfortable view. I got a lot of traffic coming. Yeah, so this might be like the first one where we got to wait a little while. Both directions. Tiny gap coming from the left. We'll see if it lines up with anything from the right. Okay, it might try it here, but it needs to wait. Okay, it did. I think it waited not because of traffic on the left. I think it waited because of traffic on the right. All right, it's nudging itself out there again, a little bit uncomfortably. Okay, it's got a nice gap from the left and the right. It can go right now. It can go right now. Let's go all the way. Don't pause. Don't pause. There we go, with a nice acceleration all the way through. It did it. All right, that was good. It waited a long time for the right gap. It's still not using the median, and it stayed in the left lane each time so far on this build. If you remember, if you watch 10.10 and 10.10.2, it went into the center lane a couple times on me. It hadn't done that today yet. All right, we'll try it again. And here we go again. Got opposing traffic marked blue, so it should just sit here and wait without too much of a creep. Says it's creeping. It is creeping a little bit, trying to get it in its viewpoint. It needs to wait. Wait. Ah, it's way out there. This is uncomfortable. Okay, if it's not going to go here, yeah. Cars are going way around me here. I've got no buffer. I can see them going around me. I'm not going to reverse this time, only because my foot is right on the brake if anything happens. Okay. Oh, no, 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 it cannot. Okay. So it went, Yeah, it picked the wrong hole that time. That was unfortunate because it stuck its nose out so far. It had a good view and it went for it right in front of that little green car. Okay, that was uncomfortable how far it went out. That was where if we had a reverse maneuver, it would have used it. It didn't do any reversing there, so maybe we blew that theory about this rolling back thing. Yeah, okay, we'll try it again. And away we go. Stop there. Creep next. All right, got a good slug of traffic coming. It needs to be patient here. All right, the left lane is open, but all the other lanes are jammed, so it needs to just sit here. It's both directions again. And I do have a car coming up from behind me. I'm gonna have to wait. Okay, I've got a motorcycle actually out here in the median now. He's got right of way. I don't want it to weave like it did with that first car with him too close. Let's see what happens here. I've got a nice gap from the right. We might get our chance here. Let's see what it does. That motorcycle's gonna go. We're waiting. Okay, we're waiting. We still have a good gap from the left. Wait, is it gonna go for one of these little holes? It needs to wait. Oh, don't go for that. Don't go for that. Okay, I'm in the road. If it goes, it needs to go. It needs to go. Go, 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 go. Okay, I had to hit the accelerator there. Yeah, so it did not like that because I had to jump into the median. It was too slow. So, unfortunately, it picked the wrong gap on that one. That's unfortunate. I even got honked out there because I jumped into the median. So, well, some good, some bad. All right, here we go again. And nice and easy one with a nice big left lane open. No problem there. Okay, well, I think we got a good collection today, and we kind of ended up on a nice easy one with a big gap on the left and the right. So I think we saw some really good behaviors. We saw some bad behaviors that got it in a tough situation, and I think those wasn't necessarily bad logic. It was it miscalculated moves that got it in a bad situation, and it didn't have the tools to get it out of the situation, such as going to the median, possibly even reversing. It got itself in that bad situation, in my opinion, because of poor visibility on turns like this. It needs a further forward camera, in my opinion, to make a better decision, maybe to give it some parallax for speed detection. But if it's going to just decide to sit there and wait on a wide open gap for both directions, you know, it could work. There's just some scenarios where you could really be an annoying, robo-taxi car if that's what you're doing. Overall, I'm going to give it, a 1 above. It did a little bit better than I thought it was going to do on this build based on some of the feedback I had heard. So, I can tell they're working on it. At least in this build, the creeping behavior helped a little bit. It went a little too far sometimes, but the creeping was a little bit smoother. Yeah. So, let me know what you think in the comments below. That's all we got for today. Have a great day.